morning, Sandman. I'm Maurice Kowski, and today I will be sharing with you a shocking story about sea lions all the way across the country in San Francisco, California, at the Aquatic Park Cove. Just a couple months ago, the Aquatic Park Cove was known for its open water swimming. This location was unique because it is also the natural habitat of sea lions. Park visitors once enjoyed watching these animals from afar with a sense of safety, but now the park has signs warning its visitors, "Danger! Aquatic Park Cove is now closed for swimming due to multiple marine animal bites." With more on this is SCNN's very own Brielle Pearson.
Hi, Sandman. I'm here in sunny California to bring you the tragic news of not just one, but 3 sea lion attacks. With me is Christian. Christian, can you tell us exactly what happened on December 14th here at the Aquatic Park Cove?
Well, Brielle, I was out for my usual swim 1,000 feet offshore when I turned around and saw a male bull sea lion just a few feet away. As he went to bite my arm, his head slid down my arm, sending chills down my spine. Only one of his teeth broke the skin of my arm. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone in the water that day. I was able to wave down Chris here, who was out sailing that day. He and his crew pulled me from the water and took me to the nearest hospital.
Wow, Chris. What were you thinking when you saw Christian waving to your boat that day?
To be honest, bro, I was surprised to see someone swimming that day. Those waters are cold. Eventually, when I saw Christian, he looked scared and in distress. I told my friends to move closer and fast, and we quickly saw that his arm was bleeding. We worked fast to get him out of the water. When he came aboard our boat, he was quite shaken. We knew he needed medical attention.
Unbelievable. We are all so glad you and your friends were sailing that day. Thank you, both of you. Our second victim of the sea lion attack is here with us now. Rick, thank you for joining us.
I'm just glad to be here.
Rick, can you tell us what happened to you on December 15th?
I was in the part of the cove known as the jacuzzi when my upper leg was bit by some marine animal. I can't help but think it may have been the same animal that bit Christian Anfeld. Fortunately, I was not swimming alone. Mila here and other swimmers rescued me from the water. I was taken to the hospital with a severe bite.
Wow, another very lucky survivor of these random attacks. Mila, what were you thinking when you saw Rick injured in the water?
To be honest, I was surprised by my reaction. I swam right over to Rick. When I told the story to my family, I couldn't believe I didn't run from the potential danger. I guess my adrenaline kicked in and took over. I'm glad it did. Rick really needed medical attention.
Thank you for sharing your stories. I hope that we all learned something from this first-hand accounts. I know I will be looking for signs such as these danger signs posted here before swimming in open waters. Back to you, Rory.
Thank you, Brielle. I think it's important to remind our viewers that such attacks are not common. That concludes this week's Global News. Have a great day, Sandman.
Sandman. Welcome to the local edition of SCNN. You may have heard the Cape May Lewis ferry has been out of service for 7 days.
The ferry was out of service because of the ice on the Delaware Bay. The ferry is now operating on a normal schedule since last Friday.
And now on scene at the Cape May Lewis Ferry Terminal is Mr. Salmon, the spokesman for the Delaware and River Bay Authority. He is being interviewed by Braylon Brandt.
So, Mr. Salmon, how long does it take to get to Delaware?
It takes about 85 minutes to make the 17-mile trip to Delaware.
How many people and cars take the ferry every day?
In the wintertime, about at least 772 people and 370 cars in a single day.
How does the ferry stopping affect the ferry riders, and how long is the drive to Delaware?
It affects the riders because they can't take the shorter way to and from Delaware, and it takes 3.5 hours and 170 miles to make to Delaware by car.
How well did the icebreaker work for the ferry?
The icebreaker broke through the ice with not just efficiency, but with style. So now Jada is interviewing a special guest from the Cape May Lewis Ferry.
Brr.
Brr.
Hello, Captain McCann. Thank you for taking a bit of time to come here to see us.
Hi, Jada. You're more than welcome. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. I have a few questions here for you.
Okay.
What is it like being captain and having to drive through the ferry in the harsh weather?
It can be stressful at times, but that's what we're paid for. And we use our expertise to get the ferry and the people back safely.
All right. What happens when a storm strikes while you're on the ferry?
Once again, we have to adjust our course and take the ferry where she needs to go to get the people there safely. It's also less stressful on the boat when we're dealing with the storms.
Is it difficult to control the ferry while avoiding ice, or are you used to it this time of year?
It can be, because ice comes in different layers and thicknesses, and we have to adjust our course to go around the really heavy stuff, and then we can get through the smaller stuff.
Right. What did you think when we got a little snow followed by the cold weather?
Well, the first thing you think of is we're going to have more ice, and hopefully it's not as much as it was this week where it shut us down.
Was the ferry stuck in the ice?
At one time, we were stuck for like 6 hours, and the captain kept working it and finally got into dock safely. It was right in the middle of the canal, so he was kind of limited in what it was able to do with the boat. That's the reason it took so long.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Well, that's it for the local edition of SCNN.
And to find out more about the Cape May Lewis Ferry, go to www.cmlf.com or check it on Twitter at CMLFerry.
Hola, Sandman. This is SCNN School News Edition, reporting to you live with the haps in the hallways.
Today we are going to talk about what awesome things are happening around the school.
For instance, like lollipop sales are going through the roof to help you with Gordon Corman's visit.
That's right, Byron. We'll also talk about the pep rally that you have been reading so hard for.
But first, we bring you a story about the cold that recently gripped our area. One thing that you may have noticed was our parking lot turned into a skating rink last night. That was because the water main broke underneath the parking lot, causing water to spew up and create a winter tundra. It took all day to fix. After-school programs were canceled because the water had to be turned off in order to fix the problem.
That's right, Byron. But we better change the subject before everyone gets so sad that we missed school and had a 4-day weekend. But another hap around the halls is the amazing lollipop sale to help pay for the Gorman Corman visit around the district. It ended last Friday, but don't worry if you missed it. The book club will be doing it 2 more days.
That's right, but let's talk about what you have all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. The pep rally and the reading ball.
The day we have been talking about is finally coming. Everyone knows that we have been reading so hard and taking a bunch of AR tests. The pep rally is February 22nd, but the deadline for testing is January 26th. Remember, you need 25 AR points and over an 80% average.
Mr. Danzy, is this year's pep rally and reading ball going to look like?
This year, the pep rally and the reading bowl are going to be separate again, like it was last year. The pep rally is going to include the top readers from the fall, and the top readers from the spring will play in the actual reading bowl. The pep rally will have some guests from the high school coming over, and the 5th and 6th grade will actually compete in a handful of relays against each other.
Is there anything that the students who are participating should wear on the day of the pep rally?
I would suggest the students wearing athletic attire because they are going to be moving and running around and participating in relays. Also, I think we are bringing jerseys over from the high school to help differentiate both teams.
Are there going to be students from Lower Cape May Regional there?
Yeah, it's actually going to be the Tri-M, the honors chorus. There's going to be about 8 football players and about 12 cheerleaders.
Thank you, Mr. Danzy. We can't wait for it to come around.
No problem. I can't wait either.
How many years have you been teaching at Sandman?
Well, this is my 10th year at Sandman. Before that, I taught 13 years in Philadelphia.
What was your favorite subject in school when you were in school?
Well, I always loved science. I love doing science experiments even now as a teacher.
What is your favorite subject to teach?
Well, like I said, science. I love science. I love experiments. My second favorite would be math, though.
What is your favorite activity to do outside of teaching?
Well, one of my favorite activities is riding my bike. I've ridden my bike up and down along the bay, and I've also done some pretty long excursions, and even I've taken the Cape May Lewis ferry over to Rehoboth on the bike trail.
Thank you, Ms. Gantz.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching SCNN School Edition. Have a great day, Sandman.